Brian's Book Reviews on Dreamtime Radio 92.6 FM. Hi and welcome along to this week's book review with Brian Manning on Dreamtime Radio. 3 great books for you this week. The first one is The Cowboy Song, the authorised biography of Tin Lizzy's Phil Lynott by Graham Thompson. Phil Lynott packed a vast amount into his 36 years and instantly identifiable singer, charismatic stage performer and supremely gifted songwriter. The guided spirit of Tin Lizzy combined the instincts of a wild man and the soul of a poet. The first biography, written with the cooperation of the Lynott estate, Cowboy Song explores fascinating contradictions between Lynott's unbridled rockstar excesses and the shy, sensitive orphan raised in working class Dublin. The mixed race child of a Catholic teenager and a Guyanese stowaway, Lynott rose above daunting obstacles and wounding abandonments. Cowboy Song analyses his unsettled childhood, musical apprenticeship, key alliances with poets, painters and folkies of 1960s Dublin. Started with Tin Lizzy and drug-induced decline, it examines the unique blend of cultural influences which informed Lynnott's writing, connecting Ireland's rich reserves of music, myth and poetry to hard rock, progressive folk, punk, soul and new wave. The results include the hits Whiskey in the Jar, Boys Are Back in Town and Dancing in the Moonlight, the classic album Jailbreak and Alive and Dangerous, and now part of the rock canon, including An Afterword by Lynnott's former wife Caroline. Cowboy Song is a definitive, authorised account of an extraordinary life and career, drawing on scores of exclusive interviews, family, friends, bandmates and collaborators. It is both the ultimate depiction of a multifaceted rock icon and an intimate portrait of a much-loved father, son and husband. Amazon reviewers gave it 4.7 out of 5 stars. And the second book in this week's book review, The Complete History of Black Sabbath, What Evil Lurks by Joe McIver. They are the band that created metal music and they have defined it for more than 4 decades. Black Sabbath's career spans 11 different lineups and 19 studio albums, in addition to 28 solo albums of the original 4 members. The band began in 1968 as a blues rock band on the cover circuit of Birmingham, England. Flying their way up from the post-war bombed-out suburbs of Birmingham, the 4 members, guitarist and main songwriter Tony Lomi, bassist and main lyricist Geezer Butler, singer Ozzy Osbourne and drummer Bill Ward, would define the new genre of music and made themselves world famous. Joe McIver explores the complete history of Sabbath, from the precursor bands to the release of Holy Trinity of heavy metal. Black Sabbath, the song, and Black Sabbath, the album, by Black Sabbath, the band, to the present. With over 150 photos, a grateful family tree, tracing the development of the band, a complete discography, and a foreword by Machine Head frontman Ralph Lynn. This is a must-have book for any Sabbath fan. Amazon reviewers gave it 4.7 out of 5 stars. And the last book in this week's review, The Godfather of Soul by James Brown. James Brown's explosive biography is now a major Hollywood film, directed by Tate Taylor and produced by Mick Jagger. James Brown, a man who played 350 shows a year at his peak, who broke the colour barrier of 1950s and 60s pop, who supported the civil rights movement through his music, playing racially charged Boston in the hours after Martin Luther King assassination, and travelling to Vietnam to support black troops, who won and lost several fortunes, and became one of the greatest musical innovators of all time. In his own words, this is an incredible life story of the Godfather of Soul, giving the inside story of his life and music, taking the reader on the journey from his impoverished childhood to his evolution into one of the most influential figures of the 20th century, with photos, unmissable anecdotes about Little Richard, Elvis, Tina Turner, Ocean Redding, Tommy Turrell, Michael Jackson and many others, plus an updated introduction, an epilogue and an exhaustive discography. Amazon reviewers gave it 4.6 out of 5 stars. And that's it for this week. 3 great books for you to read, and don't forget I'll be back next week for 3 more great book reviews. Until then, take care.